What's going on, guys? Greg here. I got another video for today. Today is a Korbanth OWK or Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's an episode 1 lightsaber. This is the third one of these that I've installed, and like I said, it's a really, not easy, but it's a really good install. Access to the chassis is a little weird, but aside from that, it's a very good install. It's a really nice saber. Yeah, right now it's set up with the 7/8 blade plug and blade holder, but you can swap in for the 1 inch. It just unscrews from the top, screw it back in. And then you also have, this is the palm with the holes cut through, but you can also get it without the holes cut through. So yeah, internally named Scotty V4 with a color extender, a royal blue, green, white tri-cree LED, so you can have all shades of blue mixed. 18650 lithium-ion battery, 20mm bass speaker, and then the chassis, I don't know who it's by, but the chassis is one that I had found. A customer actually sent it to me a while back, and it's a really, really good chassis design. Yeah, and then activation is here, and then these are all see-through. 1, 2, 3. This is a Graflex blade plug, but it looks nice in the saber, so I decided to use this. And right now for the customer, the board is utilizing deep sleep mode, which basically means you have a kill key, and I'll show you all this inside, which can cut power to the board and make it so it doesn't turn on. And instead of having to unscrew and rescrew the entire saber every time you want to turn it on, you can use deep sleep mode, which basically means after a certain amount of time, the saber will just not be using any battery. And so it goes to like a lower drain value. And so let me show you how to get to everything inside the saber, because it's kind of weird. And so for the customer, you really gotta follow these steps, because the chassis free floats inside of here, and so if you take it off the wrong way, you could twist the wires and you will snap it. So you have to follow these steps on how I do it, because it'll make your life a lot easier. So when you want access to the kill key or to anything, you want to always start by holding the saber here, because there's threads here and there's threads here, and you'll see what I mean. So you always want to hold here, and you just want to unscrew the bottom half. So one twist, and you want to make sure that none of this is moving, just the bottom. So do that, slide that off to the side. You're gonna have this shell. So now you can have access to the kill key, which is right there. You can pull this out. It will not go out further than when the kill key is lined up at the end. If you, again, do that, you will break the wires. You don't want to, it's a tight fit because it's such a small inner diameter, and so there's not a lot of play with the wires. I did it just enough so that you can get access to the kill key. So right now the kill key is allowing power to the board, and so you can do a couple things. You can take the kill key out, which the saber just boots, or you have a notch in the kill key. I can't get that. There you go. You have a notch in the kill key. There it is. Which, when you put it in, you can twist it and allow the saber to turn on, which is what I recommend doing. So put this in. Oops. And you basically twist it. Power's off. Nothing's going to happen. Then you want to twist it. So you hear the boot. Power's on. And then leave the kill key. You could leave like this all the time. And the only time you need to take that out is when you want to charge the saber, because it's going to utilize deep sleep. So I believe it's after 5 minutes. It'll basically simulate the kill key being in. So that's all you should ever have to do. You shouldn't have to change sound fonts or anything like that, but if you want to, I'm going to show you how to do that next. So if you want to change sound fonts, so this part's really important, because like I said, this chassis is free floating in here and you don't want to twist it. So I usually have it where the kill key section is lined up with the red knob. I just hold up against my chest, and you want to hold the chassis. You just want to hold the chassis and hold this, and then this piece will unscrew. So you just do one to unlock it, and then hold the chassis and make sure this doesn't move. So you can basically do this. So this upper section isn't moving, this isn't moving, just this middle section. Keep doing it, keep going. And eventually, unthread all the way. There we go. And again, be careful because now you can see right there, that's where all your wires are. And the chassis is free floating, so you want to put this in. Don't push directly because that's your speaker. You want to grab from the outside. Just give it a little push. Once you get here, turn the saber on. Once you get here, you can pull the rest of this out. And there you go. And then you want to obviously be careful. Don't let this dangle. But that's your entire chassis to the saber. And then if you want SD card access, I'm going to show you how to do this by putting the saber down. Because it's just easier to me talk this way. So basically what you want to do is, I'm going to try and do this. So this is your entire hilt. Right now the saber is on. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that the power is off. So let me just twist that. So right now there's no power to the saber, okay? And so if you want access to change your sound fonts, which is here, you can watch. I have tutorials on how to do it, so does JB Garza. But all you want to do is make sure power's off. This color extender is actually on with just some tape to allow you to move it, and the way I wired it, you can lift it up and twist it to the side, like that. And then when you do that, you can pop the SD card out, take it out, plug it into the computer, and then afterwards you can pop it back in and turn this back around the correct way and push it back down. Like I said, it's just some double-sided tape, that's all. And when you do that, you can turn your SD card, or sorry, your kill key.
Hello there.
You know your saber's working. You know it's working properly. So I'm going to put you back here. I'm going to finish up the video. To put the saber back together, same thing, opposite way. So this slides in all the way. I'm going to pull it through. And I found the best way to do this is to hold it up against your chest and hold the chassis with one hand. Oops, let me do this. It's no righty. So hold the chassis in one hand, the head in the other, and then just again start to twist until the threads catch. And then once they catch, you can hold this, hold the head, and just twist. And you're just going to keep doing it. I'm going to do it faster, but and then once you do that, it should be in, good to go. Then, once it's just kind of hanging there, you can give it just a little twist to lock it in place. So, and then, again, you're good to go. You have access to your kill key if you need it. You have access to everything you need. But again, you shouldn't need to get access to the SD card, but that's if you absolutely have to. So, it's back. Squeeze there, tight, okay, good to go. Again, I have, why can't I think? I have Master 3 and Revenge of the Sith Soundfont. I have Obi-Wan Kenobi Rage, which is an episode 1 Soundfont, and then I have a Master 4 from episode 4 of older Obi-Wan Soundfont. In that order, with the LED being set to a royal blue, and then a blue-green mix, and then a white. Yeah, so this is not going to be in deep sleep mode anymore, but, oh, and the volume is turned down right now because roommates, so. Oops. So, as you can see, the shine through right there. And it's really, really sensitive. So, go to the next sound font. Actually, before I do that, so you also have a mute mode, which basically is going to allow you, obviously, to mute the saber so that it doesn't make any noise. When you're changing sound fonts, you want to press and hold the button, and the first beep is going to be mute mode, the second beep is going to be a new sound bank. So, press, let go. I heard that first beep, no sound. And then you want to press and hold to turn off. Now if you want to change sound banks, you just press and hold and keep holding. This is OWK Rage. Go off, and then last one. As this is just a white blade color. You can change these as you need. There you go, and then off. One note that I'm going to just tighten this now. So the screw that Korbanth sends with the kit to hold the CoverTech wheel on, it's not long enough. For whatever reason, on the 3 that I've done, none of them have been long enough. And so I grabbed some 6/32 screws that, I mean, it looks really nice. It's flush in there. It looks good. It's a little bit longer. I think it was 3/8 or 5/8 length. I forget. It was 3/8. Screw that in there and that's all good to go. Then one final note for the customer is that this screw right here is actually being used to hold your LED in place. It's your LED retention. So always keep it tight, do not loosen it. If for some reason your button gets stuck, just loosen it just a tad. Sometimes if it gets too tight, it'll make the button stick, but it hasn't happened yet to me. And then the only other thing is that you have blade retention screw right there, which is hidden. I mean, it's as hidden as can be, with a black screw so that it blends in. And then just your Allen wrench, which you grab it like Home Depot. You could unscrew if you need to. Just a few turns. That pops out. You're good to go. And you can screw it back in if you need to. And that is it. So, like I said, I hope you like your saber, and I'll talk to you guys later.